Hello, I'm Brandie Yates, and for this Home TV interview, I'm joined by Amber Clark, Meridian Township's Neighborhoods and Economic Development Director. Amber, thank you so much for being here. The topic today is about helping local businesses in Meridian Township. So briefly, we've interviewed you before. If you can kind of just introduce yourself and your new role this year, and then talk about how the township is helping local businesses.
Absolutely. Good morning. Thank you so much, Brandie, for the time. My name again is Amber Clark, and I started here with the township as the Neighborhoods and Economic Development Director in October. Hit the ground running. This has been a tumultuous year, for everybody. It's very emotional. It's very stressful, and this department, the Economic Development Department, is charged with trying to keep our business community healthy by maintaining, our regional relationships and maintaining the health of our business industries. We have a lot of small businesses here in our community. And so we are actively engaged and following all of the trends, and we are seeing all of our neighbors, community neighbors, starting to come out with programs that are really focused on helping our small businesses stay open, right? Because it's like I've said before, it's so much easier to keep a business open to establish a new business in your community, and to get them off and running. So we have established a second round of grants. Second, going to, from our first round of grants that we administered from the township in June of this year.
Okay, so far with the grant, so 42 businesses were awarded in June, and this second round of program is it's quite different criteria, different funding amounts. Tell us a little bit about the specifics of the second round of small business grants by the township.
Well, our first round of business grants, the allotment was much smaller. It was $4,000. Well, the award allotment would be up to $4,000 per business, and we had a full total grant amount of about $150,000 to $180,000. We took that from the Meridian Redevelopment Fund. It's a fund established through the proceeds of the sale of the Mark building. So it wasn't from the general fund immediately. It was from a separate fund that we were going to use for regional development. That was in June. This round has changed. We learned a lot from administering our first round of grants. One thing is the eligibility requirements. Just opening that up would allow more businesses that may have been in that gray area of being a small business. Maybe they were a chain, but they are really small and they are really local and very active. We wanted to be able to open up our parameters for more businesses to be able to feel like they would actually be eligible for support. We've also, I think the initial first round of grants, they had some eligibility requirements about additional funding. We were really focused on trying to help businesses that had not received any sort of assistance throughout the year. This grant is open eligibility, so if you had even received the $4,000 awarded grant from the township, you're still eligible to receive the second round of funding assistance. The same thing for LEAP. So the Lansing Economic Area Partnership, that and Lansing Regional Chamber and our regional partners, they've done assistance programs as well. So if any business has received it, don't feel like that's a deterrent. Please, actually, we would like you to apply.
So tell us, this was a quick turnaround. It was recently announced December 18th from a special meeting of the township board moving into the beginning of 2021. Tell us the deadline, the main key points that business owners should be aware of to make sure that they get their application in and on time.
Right. Well, thanks, Brandie. We've got 1,800-ish so businesses right in the township. And right now I have 57 applications. I'd like to see some more. Our application window closes Tuesday, January 5th at noon. Okay. So right at the deadline cross point, we will not be accepting any more applications. So we're really trying to make sure that we promote that the application window is still open. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. The grant, it awards up to $7,000. It's not that every business will be awarded that much, but the grant will award up to $7,000. There are no additional parameters about how the funds should be used after you're awarded, so they can be used at any time, however you see fit. Our eligibility parameters are that you have to be a Meridian Township business. So you do have to have a business physical, brick and mortar, that is an established business. We are not going to provide grant funding for anyone who's a home-based business. as well as not be in default with the township. Other than that, that's it. So the application actually opened December 21st, but we allowed businesses to apply and to send in their information that Friday that the township board made the election. So it was very quick. Our board has been very well versed and coached by department staff and township manager about the longevity and the financial health of our community right now. We did submit to a business survey out to our community a little bit over, like maybe a month and a half ago, just to see and take the temperature. And it was showing that there was a really big need out there. So that's why the quick turnaround. It was like we all knew that this is the direction we were going into. We already had the funds available due to, just a really healthy township board who understands that, it's good to put some money away to save it for a rainy day. The township manager has said, this is a rainy day fund, and it's raining, and that's pretty much the basis of it, right? So we're here to help.
So Amber, do you think with your applicants during the holiday season, do you think your businesses may be a little discouraged or behind to try to do this real quickly between the holidays?
We did think about that and discuss it. We were understanding that a lot of businesses may be, focusing on some family time, or maybe focusing on trying to keep their doors open and not paying attention to some of the promotional things that we're doing. Great thing about this is that we are launching this grant, and we'll award the funds hopefully, but they will be awarded by January 15th, Friday, January 15th. So township businesses will be getting funds within the first quarter, as well as the state and federal governments have approved their stimulus and support packages for COVID-19, and those will roll out at the beginning of the quarter of the first year of 2021 as well. So it's actually really timely that all of these things are happening. At first I was concerned, but I feel like everybody's kind of keeping their eyes on it and knows that there are programs being built for this. We're going to keep our eye on it as well, and that's what our department is charged with. It's what the DDA, the EDC, and even the CIA, the Corridor Improvement Authority, are in charge with, is making sure that we stay healthy. So we'll keep active at this, and that's why we started it and opened the application so early as well.
So speaking of the Meridian EDC, DDA, CIA, so excuse me, what other things are they talking about even at those levels and up to the township board? Are there any other programs on the horizon after these grants are administered? And like you said, keeping a pulse on what's happening in the business community. Any thoughts about other programs as well?
Yes, there's been some discussion internally with those boards and commissions about things that we can either establish as a permanent practice, either, or something that is just to assist through the next, year, hopefully no more than that. But we don't know the full effects of COVID-19, so we are taking, baby steps and precautions in areas where we think that we can, and pushing really hard to promote things, assisting our businesses, like working very heavily with our regional partners like LEAP and MABA, and making sure that we get all the information out there. So yes, we're talking internally. We haven't finished a full program outside of the second round of grants. And depending how that goes, maybe there's something else that we need to do. Maybe we need to do a third round. So we're keeping our eyes on it.
Thank you. And I have a couple more quick questions for you, Amber.
Sure.
What is the importance of helping local businesses? We're seeing it in the media. We're seeing all these communities and local businesses saying that they are struggling. A lot of people are struggling through this pandemic. In your mind, in your position, what is the importance of local businesses for the township?
For the township specifically, it is our major industry, right? We are not a community that's built on large manufacturing, and we don't have multiple, we're not a Silicon Valley with multiple large headquarters here that have been able to continue to work, without missing a beat. Many of our businesses are down, 40%, 30% of what their operation capacity is. And when you think about even just in general, when you get sick, you have a period of not feeling so well, and then a recovery period where you're not 100%, but you're not as bad as what you were. And I feel like that is where we're getting right now. That is why its assistance is so important, is because the recovery period is going to make or break whether or not we're going to have business storefronts closed. And then you're going to have a storefront that was established. Okay, if they do, now it's a whole thing, right? Now we have to find another tenant. Now we have to try to get them established and get them into the community. And though that can happen, it will happen, if we can get ahead of it and kind of like, stop the bleeding a little bit, then, we'll all be in great shape. We all love our small businesses. We love our community. We love being able to say that we're going to Cheesy D's, that we've got Saddleback here, that we were over at High Caliber, all of these things that make our community so great. So you can see that a lot of businesses are interested in it. And I appreciate receiving communication from business owners that are not applying, but they say why that they're not applying, that maybe they feel like they are in a little bit of a more stable situation with their finances right now. And so they're allowing another business to have that opportunity. It's showing how strong and how connected Meridian Township really is.
Before we close, Amber, there's been a lot of businesses who maybe are doing well there or changing the way they're offering services. What are some of the unique ways you've seen local businesses continue to operate, or maybe the impact of the different things that are happening at the state, federal level with COVID and how it's impacted businesses here locally?
So something I've seen local businesses do is adapt to our new normal. Something that High Caliber has done is they've established their new rage room, which it's like, of course, that's perfect for the amount of stress we're all feeling. So not only is it another product that they can give to people to, just to have fun, but it is a relief of what's happening right now. A lot of our restaurants have moved to the takeout services. The EDC is working with MABA to do the Grub Grab. So we're doing a lot of regional partnership things. Reaching out to businesses that have kind of adapted almost all of their work onto online, right? So that they're having their events, but they're hosting them in these virtual parties and trying to come up with fun, small things that they're doing. I know that there is a local event, a small business owner that's in the mall, and that they've been working very steadily to still do weddings and still do events, but doing it in a virtual way. So I like to see the creativity, because that is what, that is how we learn, and that is how we grow. And we're starting to see that some of these things can be kept for the future, and we'll be able to, continue doing this after this phase of pandemic is over. So that's something that encourages me, is to be able to see that, if these business owners can be this creative, then maybe the township can be a little bit creative in how we support them.
Great, Amber. One last push to your local businesses. What is one thing you want to tell them, especially about the second round of grants that the township is administering?
We've extended the amount of funds almost double than what we were offering our first time. We are really, really, really engaged with our community members. We've actively engaged the same awardees list that we used before, as well as the businesses that tried to apply for the LEAP Area Regional Grant. We really want you to apply. We're going to meet and spend a very large portion of Friday on January 8th reviewing the applications. And we did rearrange the eligibility to try to allow for more support. We're trying to do the best that we can. Not every business will be awarded the $7,000, but we are keeping an eye on those that definitely have been hit the hardest, like the most recent industries, like hospitality industries and tourism and those things. They've been hurt so heavily, as well as our bars and restaurants. So if you are a business owner, please apply. There's so many options. At worst, you could get, less than 7, but it's at least something to assist you to keep your doors open.
Thank you so much, Amber. And just for those who are watching, all the information's on the Meridian Township website at meridian.mi.us/small business relief grant, which will be on the bottom of our screen too. Amber, thank you so much. And I'm sure this is not the first time or the last time we will be talking to you about small businesses in the township.
Absolutely. That's what I'm doing here. We're here for our business owners. So, please reach out. You can call me or email us, but thank you so much, Brandie, for your time. It's great to work with you and your team, and we're excited for this. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone watching this interview on Home TV. I'm Brandie Yates. Thank you for watching.